What is the American dream? A happy job, a nice house, money? Well, Merriam-Webster defines the American dream as a happy way of living that is thought of by many Americans as something that can be achieved by anyone in the US, especially by working hard and becoming successful. The term was coined by writer and historian James Truslow Adams in his best-selling 1931 book, Epic of America. He described it as the dream of a land in which life should be better and richer and fuller for everyone, with opportunity for each according to ability or achievement. F. Scott Fitzgerald's novel, The Great Gatsby, explores these concepts in detail. Now, the 20s almost seemed like the transition period of the new American dream, making as much wealth as possible, as fast as possible, from the old American dream. The narrator of the book, Nick Carraway, also Gatsby's closest confidant, goes east to New York to learn the bond business. This reflects the opportunity aspect of the American dream. Later on, he becomes disillusioned with this. He even cites New York, the heart of the American dream, as haunted after Gatsby's death. The titular character of Gatsby, however, most heavily reflects the American dream. He reflects both the new and the old aspects of the American dream. The newer model of the American dream is reflected in Gatsby's amassing of wealth through bootleg. The older model of the American dream, Truslow's idea of the American dream, is reflected in his desire to build a family with Daisy, no matter how much money they have. Both Nick and Gatsby had similar views of the American dream. However, Nick, in the end, became disillusioned with it. The character of Gatsby seemed to wholeheartedly believe in the American dream as he chased Daisy, who was essentially his view of the American dream, until his very death. To one of the more important parts of this video, I interviewed two people on their views of the American dream. I asked them their definition, and if they think it is still achievable.
Honestly, it's the ability to prosper within the United States. The whole idea of, being able to start a family early, have a whole bunch of kids, have a nice house, and be able to make a lot of money. And that's changed over time. It's varied. Yeah, I'd say that's about the best way I could describe it. At the moment, it's a lot harder. You can actually see when you do your research, you have to become progressively older for it to work, Like, you're seeing more and more people, like, they're achieving their dream at, like, close to the 40, rather than, like, people that are achieving it close to their 30s, on average.
Sam here seems to have a more traditional view of the American dream, believing it's to come here, prosper, start a family, and that sort of thing. He believes it's still achievable, however, it's harder. Great Gatsby depicts it as a sort of pipe dream. We're chasing it against the currents of the past.
The ability to come to the U.S. and achieve prosperity, wealth, and success, whether that's having, making a good income, having a bunch of kids, and a wife. I think it is, but it's much harder because you're going to be old, and usually when you're rich or you're famous, I mean, you can go on the internet, you see anyone, their wife leaves them, cheats on them, something like that. Their children are usually going down a bad path, and but I think it's still achievable. And when you look at any jobs that make over $100,000, you have to go through years of training or school.
Now, Santino's view of the American dream, and if it's still possible, almost falls in line with Great Gatsby's. He speaks of those who you thought loved you straying away and abandoning you, similar to how The Great Gatsby ends with all of Gatsby's supposed friends abandoning him. Makes you feel bad for Gatsby, all he wanted to do was settle down with Daisy, live the simple life. It seems something can be learned from this book, old sport, you really could learn a thing or two from a guy like me. Ah! Shoot. Should probably go check up on him. Anyways, in conclusion, The Great Gatsby is both a reflection of the new and old ideas of the American dream. While it may seem bleak, there are glimmers of hope, as seen literally in the end line, as well as in the character of Gatsby himself, who, through hard work and strong willpower, almost achieves the old version of the American dream and achieves the new version of the American dream quite successfully. The interviewees seem more hopeful about the American dream, seeing it more achievable than Gatsby would have you believe. Nonetheless, I appreciate your viewership, and you should probably go check up on Gatsby.